The Night Shift is a real-play D&D video and podcast series for mature audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions.
Last time on The Night Shift.
He kind of looks at you and, I'm disappointed.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I heard just about everything you just said. And I was really hopeful that we could work something out. But unfortunately, I think this is where our deal kind of ends.
I know.
Fuck. Let's roll initiative.
I can't scrape together gold. My soul's already sold. So if you're trapped under a spell, I wish you well. And if a creature roams your streets, you do better to retreat. 'Cause if you want it done right, don't hire the night shift.
As he stands up.
Well, we knew we were going to have to find him at some point, right?
Yep.
I got a 14.
Do it. Let's do it. Night shift.
Where's my...
7.
10. What am I looking for here?
Initiative is next to your armor at the top.
Thank you.
Minus
So,
2.
a 12 for me.
6.
So what'd you really? You got an 8.
Yeah.
I got a 7. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
12.
6.
Yeah, Lindsay, hold on.
Hold on, Lindsay. Jump in the gun. Me, Chuck,
Chuck.
Achilles.
I don't know why I raised my hand. I'm sorry.
Just looking out for me. It's fine.
Tom Bombo, you had a
7.
and a 6 for Ketchum.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Okay. Davoc rolled that natural 20, so
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Of course he did.
Are you serious?
actually this is the place where
Just on an initiative
if
check.
he's
Who
gonna
cares?
roll a natural 20, this is where you want it. Because
fair.
it's
That's
not
fair.
double damage, it's not he crushes you, it's he goes first.
Yeah, but that doesn't prevent him from rolling a natural 20 later.
That's a good point. That is how statistics work. There's a 5% chance every single time. That's a great point. He stands up and sort of extends his hand out in front of him, and to Timbo's absolute fear, flames just start spouting.
Shit.
And don't think of this as like a fireball. Think about this as like waves of fire.
Whoa.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, just pouring down the stairs. So what we're gonna do is everybody is going to make a Dex saving throw.
Crikey.
So remember the saving throws are in that smaller box above all the ability checks on your character sheet. Dex saving throw.
Nat 20.
Oh wow, see there, that's where you want it.
Good thing I was holding that centaur.
Where's our buzzer thing? Is that air horn?
12.
Where's the dex?
It's
Above. Look, right up here.
Oh.
That's all the saving throws.
Nice.
15 plus 2 is 17.
I got 16 minus 2, so 14.
Wow, so 20, 17, 16,
12.
12. Jay, or Timbo, we're gonna let you play this 22 different ways.
All right.
You have a hard choice in front of you.
Uh-oh. Sacrifice the centaur.
On the Barbie.
And some of this is just how you want to play it, and some of it is what would Timbo do, knowing Timbo's background. I think with a 20, you can either completely save your skin, kind of like maybe jump off the staircase and dive below it, and absolutely no fire. You get away from it very quickly. You feel okay, no adverse effects, whereas everyone is going to everyone else is going to suffer from some adverse effect. Or you will suffer from some adverse effect, but you can yank Tom Bombo out of the way with you. Basically, the other 3 players saved. Tom's the only one that didn't save.
Okay.
Everyone will still get an effect either way.
What's up, Timbo?
Yeah. So,
That wink.
Yeah.
obviously
charm
the
on.
character's biggest fear is fire.
Yeah.
But also a big part of his bonds and ideals are for the greater good and being in battle with people and loyalty. And so
It's my dog.
as I'm carrying this centaur up these stairs in one hand, I grab Tom Bombo and we all jump
throw me.
off together.
Yeah,
Like
so-
I've got the centaur in one arm and I've got Tom Bombo in the other, and we just kind of jump off the staircase to avoid the flame.
Yeah, I think with double 20s, Jay, we can kind of say you do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think
My luck's
Timbo-
about to run out.
Bro,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
So one of the things you guys have noticed about Timbo is that he does seem to have some sort of unnatural luck to him. Things sort of seem to fall the way he wants to. So I think the way we'll play this is as these flames are just sort of spilling down the stairs in waves, Timbo gets that wide-eyed look, and then he literally just like, you have both hands on the centaur, and I don't think you can really let go of that, but I think you literally take your leg and just sweep
Yeah.
Tom Bombo off the staircase. And it's a 10-foot drop or so, which is not great, but you're not gonna be hurt. And then you just leap
Tuck
off.
and roll.
Leap off the side of this staircase. You land kind of on your heels more than more than the front of your feet, and kind of lean back. And the centaur lands in sort of a bushel of lavender. So do you. No damage dealt to either of the two of you. The other two who saved
My man.
are going to take half damage on the spell attack because it's an area of effect. Basically, you got out of the way of the main damage, but you're still on a staircase that's on fire. Is the way that works.
Question.
Absolutely.
I forgot what my max HP was from last session. Are we
I think you were full health.
operating?
I think you were full health.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you were full health.
Okay.
I think the only one who was really in danger was Mr. Tom Bombo, and then he got.
Tilly's was in danger first fight. We healed him up, and
Yeah.
then I was in danger, and Kestrel healed me.
Yeah, but I think you were both at full health at the end.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
think
want to make sure.
It doesn't
everybody's
take
good.
much to heal 6.
That's a good point. It takes actually 6 exactly.
Yes.
I did the math for you there.
From 0.
Yeah.
That's for
not
you.
if I'm at 2, dumbass. Takes 4.
Unbelievable.
Dumbass.
That's what DM stands for.
Yeah.
every single session that goes past the first one, I regret not killing you more. Yeah. So the other two are going to take literally 1 point of fire damage.
Okay. That's good. You chill. You
Yeah.
good.
Basically, it looks like you guys just had a lot of time on this because Timbo was Johnny on the spot.
My man. My freaking man. Are half dragons like resistant to fire or anything, Attilius? You know?
Depends on the type of dragon it is.
Okay.
He is not resistant to fire.
Okay.
Of course
All right, Timbo. Your turn.
Okay, but he's on top of the staircase and I'm down below.
Correct.
And the staircase is now on fire?
Yeah. I would say there's still like a wall
Or-
of fire pouring down the staircase.
Yeah.
More than it's just on fire. Like there's an active sort of wall of fire going down the staircase.
Do I have any access to him? Like if I pulled out a javelin and threw it at him, could I?
He's going to have some cover just based on where you are. He's kind of above you. The stairs are sort of obscuring the bottom half of his body, I think. But yeah, you could certainly take a shot. It will be at some sort of disadvantage, not.
Yeah, he has the high ground.
Yeah, he has the high ground, exactly.
Shit.
We all know
Damn
how
it.
important that is, except for Lindsay, because she never watched Star Wars.
Is there any weakness on this
very
staircase?
Don't at me, bro.
Like is there a weakness on the staircase? Like I could get the whole staircase to crumble down or something like that.
Great question.
Is it made out of wood?
It is
with,
indeed made out of wood.
with beams that I could knock down.
Great question. Absolutely. Yeah, there's several beams that go into the ground that are supporting this staircase. There's probably 3 of them. And I think without much of a check needed, you can kind of determine he's standing at the top of the staircase. There's one to the far right that supports that platform. I want to swing at that.
Yeah. So I take my warhammer out and swing at that beam.
Good
Okay.
thinking, Timbo.
So no attack roll needed here. It's a beam. It doesn't have armor. It doesn't dodge. At least we hope. So what we're going to do instead is just roll the damage
Roll the damage
for the warhammer.
for the
That'll
warhammer
be
to the
on
beam.
the sheet at the bottom in that big box. You've got
Yep.
different things outlined.
I rolled a 2 and it's a +4, so 6 damage to the beam.
6 damage, and you're not raging, right?
I have not entered a rage yet. No.
So you swing that hammer, you hit the beam, and it splinters. Doesn't quite fully break, but it does splinter. I mean, there's a noticeable angle in the beam now, and you're fairly confident. All right, if I swing again, I'll have it.
Can I swing again?
You cannot. So
Yeah.
that was your full action. What
Yep.
you have remaining is a bonus action,
Perfect.
and then any free action. that you
Bonus
take.
action, I will enter a rage.
So I think as you guys are watching, Timbo just kind of strides over calmly, quickly, grabs that hammer, swings. He kind of looks at the beam, sees that it hasn't come down, and then he just kind of hulks out. He just flexes and screams and rears up to take another swing. Attilius, you're next. What do we want to do here?
Where am I at on the staircase? I'm on the
there's-
staircase with Kestrel.
Yeah, so there's basically a top landing right by the door. Then maybe 10 steps down, a second landing. You're at that second landing, and then it makes a 90-degree turn, 10 more steps to the floor. You're on that second landing.
Okay. Can I reach Davoc from where I'm at? Can I reach him if I threw something at him or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a dagger and try to throw it into his chest.
Oh, I love it. All right, so what you're
Yes,
going to do there
sir.
is you're going to roll a die 20, and you don't add +4 like it says on your sheet because you're throwing it.
Okay.
That's when it's melee. When you're throwing it, it's going to be oh no,
Oh.
it's going to be -2. I'm sorry, no. Let me make sure. Yep, -2.
-2.
-2.
Come on, nat 20. This would be perfect time.
Seriously, roll big.
19
damn good.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty damn
So
good.
19 minus 2, so
So,
17 total.
yeah.
Great. And for this session, we're going to kind of clarify those roles. Moving forward, I'll start to kind of depend on you guys to tell me what the final roll is versus the initial roll. For now, it's fine. 17, I think, does it. So there's still flames kind of licking towards y'all, and I think Attilius just kind of grabs a dagger, sort of sidearms it through the flames, and I don't know that you can really see at the moment that you hit purchase, but I think you hear that you hit purchase. You hear this sort of
Ugh.
I'm not in favor of this phrase, but sort of like a fleshy wet purchase. Just the sticking of blood and
Yeah.
You got him.
don't
Tell me
say
more
yeah,
about the wet flesh.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Moist.
Yeah.
Say less right now. Yeah. So and I think you hear him kind of. Anything else, Attilius?
You roll damage on that?
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
Nope.
Roll damage. So
Yeah,
that's
let's
a
take
1
away
die
some hit
4.
points here.
1 die 4 plus 2.
The
No.
triangle.
Yeah.
You roll
pick it
6 on
up.
the 6.
Wow,
How
this
over
is-
are you?
Couldn't grab it. It was like it's
That's
very
terrible.
smooth.
There's dragon claws over there.
My big dragon claws cannot.
That is a 1.
It's okay. It's 1 plus 2. 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. Good start, guys.
You watch as he kind of yanks the dagger out
Marathon.
and slings it behind him. And a reminder, Attilius, you have cantrips that you can cast for free and spells. Obviously, you only have 1 spell slot because it's a warlock pack.
On your 4th page.
Just reminder.
Yeah.
All right. Tom Bombo, what are we getting up to?
Okay. Can I cast spell and move in the same turn?
Absolutely. So every single turn, you guys all have movement.
Okay.
So
cool.
regardless of what action you take, you still are able to move.
Okay, perfect. So I am going to cast Vicious Mockery, and I'm going to yell at Davoc like, your house has a terrible drink selection.
He sort of clutches the amulet around his neck. Like, I think you've actually,
You're a
possibly-
bad host.
All right, what are we trying to do here?
So that is Vicious Mockery. You have to, sorry, I should talk to the mic. You have to pass a wisdom check. A wisdom saving throw, or take 1d4 psychic damage and your disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Absolutely.
You're a bad host.
Was a nice ale though.
It was actually a pretty good ale.
All right, that's gonna be a 17.
Ooh, that's gonna save there.
Magic users tend to have high whiz. Just
Yeah.
No, I figured.
Just
Yeah, you had to take a shot.
yeah. That's right. Right
And
call.
so now I will. I'm looking for some sort of cover around the room. Is there an overturned table, or maybe I just scurry under a table? A pillar. Are there pillars? There's not pillars in the room.
Not really pillars, but so I think there's a couple options here. You can scramble underneath the staircase,
Okay.
which is like directly beneath him. He wouldn't be able to
You
do
go
that.
under the staircase.
Don't do that.
I'm not going
You
under the
just saw me
staircase,
hit
but-
the.
Yeah, I'm fully aware. I'm not going to.
set you up on that one a little bit. Good for you.
I saw what you did
All right.
there.
We're going to run behind a curtain.
A curtain?
Is there a curtain?
I don't think there's a lot of curtains.
Perhaps
in this
under
basement.
some bushels of lavender.
But I
Yeah.
think there's tables. I think you can go and sort of flip a table pretty easily.
Okay, yeah, and I'm
Free
gonna, like, hop
action
on the other side
And
of
hop
it.
on the other side. Okay.
And do bonus action? Do I get a bonus action or no?
If you have something you can do a bonus action with.
Bardic
absolutely.
inspiration on Tombo over there. Thanks for saving me, bro.
Hey.
Or Timbo, sorry, excuse me.
Okay.
So
So
throw,
make sure you
give me
hand
one of
the
those
dice.
orange
Yeah.
There you go.
dice
There
6.
you
So
go,
it's
there you go. See,
okay.
that
And
just sits with you.
remind me what that gets
so
me.
Bardic inspiration.
So as a bonus action,
yeah.
he can give it to any creature other than himself. So that includes you. And for 10 minutes, you can add that 1d6 once to an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw. So the only thing you kind of can't do is amplify damage with it. But any of those die 20 rolls, you can add that.
Okay,
1d6
and is
to
it after I roll? I
It's
can
after
decide
you
I
roll.
want to
So you can
add
roll
a
it and
6.
say, man, 11 feels like it's just not going to cut it. I'm not going to tell you whether that saves
Sure.
or doesn't save. But then you can be like,
But
feels
that's
like
when I
11's
can
not going to cut
decide.
it. I'll
Okay.
roll the 1d6.
But
Sound
I
good?
can use it once.
You can use it once.
Okay.
And once you use it, it's gone. And if you don't use it in 10 minutes, it's gone.
Right.
Now, just to be clear, a round of combat is like 6 seconds. So if you use it anytime in this fight, you're good.
Yeah.
Cool?
Yep.
And Tom, you're keeping track of those Bardic Inspiration slots,
Yep,
right?
I'm down to
All right.
2 left.
Fantastic. Let's go with Kestrel.
Okay, so the flames are still raging at this point, or
Flames are, they're
There.
still sort of spilling down towards you.
okay, and are cantrips counted as a bonus action?
Depends on the cantrip.
Okay.
What cantrip do you have in mind?
I would like to cast Frostbite to extinguish the flames and possibly hurt Davoc a little bit.
Okay. Frostbite is a full action. Your
Okay.
other cantrip, Magic Stones, is a bonus action.
Okay.
Just so you know for the future.
Okay.
And most full spells are an action, although there are some exceptions there. So you want to do Frostbite?
Yeah.
Okay. Frostbite it is.
So I have to roll a 20 for that?
You roll a
Or-
d20, and then you add your spell attack, which is +2.
Okay. And for future reference, where's my spell attack? Is that on that sheet?
It's going to be on that back sheet right at the top.
Ah, I see it.
There you go.
Come on. Oh shit.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've ill-informed you. You don't have to make a spell attack.
Oh, thank goodness.
Did you roll very well, and now I'm taking it from you?
Sure, it was great. It was a
Yeah,
fantastic
great rolls.
roll.
Yeah.
Love it.
Classic
Yeah.
Kestrel
Yeah.
combat roll.
It was good.
Okay, so it was a 1.
Ah,
We don't talk about it. It
Don't
doesn't
have to worry about
matter.
it.
It doesn't matter
Okay.
because I ill-informed you. That's my fault.
Schrodinger's dice. That door's been closed.
Okay, good. I like that. That's a good reference. You don't have to make a spell attack on that. It just
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
He makes a Constitution saving throw to determine whether he suffers the effects or
Ooh,
not.
we probably
That's
don't
how
have
that
good
works.
constitution.
Ooh, he's definitely gonna take the damage.
All right.
Anyway, Kestrel!
So
yeah!
you're gonna roll a 1d6.
Okay.
Interesting. So all right, 2 points of damage to Sir Davoc, and he
Does the rest of the flames go out?
I think you kind of cut straight through the flames with this like beam of ice, and I think the flames just kind of dissipate as this frost passes through it.
That's tight.
Not only that, but you kind of hit his arm, and he was kind of going to draw a weapon, and he's no longer able to ambulate very well. So his arm
What?
ambulate, sort of move his arms.
I never heard that word.
Oh well, there you go. Every day, learn
Ambulate.
something new.
Yeah, ambulate. Word of the
Ambulate.
day.
Word of the
Thanks,
day.
Davoc.
So his left arm, I think, is kind of more or less frozen in place for now.
Good.
Anything else? Kestrel.
Is he
do you
left-handed?
want to move?
I want to go. I want to go down the stairs.
You know what? 15% of all people are left-handed.
I'm left-handed too, bro.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
You're one of my people.
I want to go down the stairs and I want to stand in
Damn
front of the
southpaws.
centaur and sort of protect her.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tom. I just thought you were being like a white supremacist, and I didn't
Well,
want
you're
you
the
to-
one that's going to have to
Yeah.
jerk off with a frozen hand. So, I mean, I don't know.
Good luck with
Deal
that.
Feels like you were aiming that at Trent, and you were talking to Davoc.
Yeah, I was talking to Davoc.
Cool.
Making
Because I can do whatever you need me to do, but I'm not entering into that part of it. Okay. You're running down the... Lindsay's just shaking her head. Why did I agree to this? So you run down the stairs to protect the centaur.
Yes.
Okay.
Classic druid.
All right. Back to the top of the order, Mr. Davoc.
And I sneeze when I get closer to
Yeah,
her.
exactly.
Yeah.
Got you.
I got you. I got you.
Thanks for putting out the fire, by the way.
I got you, Timbo.
Davoc sort of readjusts the bag around his
Uh-oh.
We need that bag.
Yeah.
neck, and slowly, methodically, he steps down the stairs. And they're sort of burned, but it was kind of quick flash fire. It's not like they're burned through in terms of they're falling apart. But he just kind of, he maybe takes 3 or 4 steps. He's not in any particular hurry. And then turns, looks down, sees Timbo lying down, not lying down, but sort of back facing him. And again, sort of extends his hands. This time, instead of fire, a series of dark tendrils erupt from his hand, about 6 of them.
Wait, so why is he seeing Timbo's back?
Timbo landed with his back to.
But he stood
But
up
then
and
he,
hit
but
the
then he
thing.
attacked the stairs.
Oh, you're so
He's
right.
kind of
Yeah.
facing the
You're so right.
stairs.
Thank you.
I apologize. So I think instead he's
Theater
he's,
of the mind,
yeah,
Trent.
you're
Keep
right.
up.
That's on me. He kind of leans over the edge of the staircase instead, I think, and is more sort of facing
Bastard.
straight downwards. I don't even know that Timbo sees it per se, and that's up to you, Timbo.
I don't
Depends on how
think
focused you are.
no, I'm just rearing back ready to swing at that pillar
Yeah,
again.
pissed at the
I
pillar.
don't think Timbo really sees
Fucking
it.
pillar.
I think the rest of you, depends on whether Tom's looking, but I think the rest of you see these dark tendrils just
don't
extend
see
from his hand down towards Davoc. I mean, towards
You're behind a
Towards
table.
Timbo.
Yeah.
I'm hiding. I'm like crouched behind a table playing my guitar. Good job, guys.
Timbo.
Writing a tune for us all.
What's that AC?
The
12?
Constitution?
No.
No, you're
Oh,
armor
no, no,
class.
armor class.
Oh, 12. Yeah, thank you.
12. So 12 is going to hit.
Huh. 12. How do I have a 14 armor class? Is that my dex?
Yeah, Dex
Okay.
informs armor class a lot of times. Timbo, that's going to be 12 points of damage.
Oh!
As these tendrils wrap around mainly your arms where you're holding the hammer, and you feel just searing pain. As far as you others who are watching can tell, it's not like it's on fire. It's not like there's no adverse effect that you can tell, but Timbo, you just feel that it almost feels like they're lacerating into your skin, even though you can see that they're not. 12 points of damage.
Yeah,
That puts you
at 4.
down to 4. All right. Timbo's in a little bit of trouble here. He then sort of looks down at his leg where that knife hit him and snaps and pats his leg.
This one.
Timbo.
I'm capable of moving right now. I have full
Yes.
movement.
Yes.
Even though
those
these-
tendrils are still kind of wrapped around your arms, but yes, you're still able to move. To ambulate, if you will.
Yes. But they are wrapped around my arms, and they
Yeah, but
hurt
not-
badly.
yes, but not in a restraining way. Like you can still swing the hammer if you want. You can still move around. You're not restrained.
Davic's still on the staircase, right?
Davoc is sort of leaning over the edge of the staircase, 3 or 4 steps down from the top landing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rear back with the hammer and smash the pillar that seems like. Would it still be the same pillar that I hit already? That's almost broken. That
I think
would
so,
be
yeah.
supporting him.
I think so.
Yeah, because
For the most part.
he's leaning over the side of the staircase. I want him to fall off that staircase.
Absolutely.
So I take another big whack, and
Yeah, no attack roll needed.
yeah,
again,
so
just
it's an
roll damage.
8, and I'm raging, so it's gonna be +6. I rolled a 1, but 7
Still 7 points
damage.
of Yeah, I think second swing, no problems here. That hammer kind of swings straight through the beam, and this whole thing kind of creaks. And for a second, you think, did that not quite do it? And then the whole thing comes cascading down. I think the nature of the way it's coming down is that you're very much in harm's way, so you have movement, and I would sort of encourage you in this moment to use it.
Yes. I move out of the way of the falling staircase.
Yeah. So I think Timbo, you swing and then just start backpedaling. Lindsay, do you have a question? I feel like you do.
Is Attilius still on the staircase?
Attilius is still on the staircase.
But you're on the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah, he's near the bottom.
Okay.
You're
He's
fine.
at the second landing.
All right.
He's definitely not in the danger that Timbo is with
Thanks,
the staircase
Okay.
careening down. Yeah. Always okay to ask those clarifying questions. Theater of the mind can get confusing sometimes. All right, Timbo. Anything else? You backpedal. You want to backpedal your full 30 feet? Do you want to?
Yeah, I want to get out of there because I also want to assess these tentacles that are around me if they still are there.
Yeah, as you back up, even the full 30 feet, these tendrils are now extended all the way across the room, still wrapped around your arms. Tilius.
I think I want to use.
I want to talk so badly about stuff, but we're seeing. It hurts. It hurts so badly.
I think I want to use Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Does he take any damage when the staircase falls?
We'll sort it out in just a sec. Good question.
Me?
No, not
Oh,
you.
no. Okay. Oh,
Davoc.
Yeah,
Davoc.
we're going to sort it out in a second. All right, so you're going to make a spell attack here. So you're going to roll a die 20, add that spell attack modifier, which for you is +5. Very healthy.
13.
yeah.
Davoc may not have IAC.
What was it? I'm sorry.
13.
13 is
Yeah.
not going to hit. I think you extend this Eldritch Blast and this force, this sort of conical force extends from your hand, and he just kind of bats it away. Slightly concerningly, he puts very little effort into it, and this is as the staircase is starting to crumble, and he just sort of like whips his hand in front of his face, and it just rockets off towards the wall.
Damn you, Davoc.
Guys, I think he's using his own drug.
Uh-huh.
All right.
That wasn't clear.
Yeah.
Getting high on his own supplies, they say on the streets.
Attilius, anything else? You have movement.
Get off the falling staircase.
Yeah, I definitely need to get off the falling staircase for sure.
Okay. I think at this stage it becomes less of a I walk down the stairs and more of a I leap from the top
yes.
landing. So let's make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. Is that a D? What is that?
That's a
roll
die
of 20,
20.
and then look at.
-2.
Oh, you got plus
No, I got plus
Yeah, you have
two,
plus 2 in athletics, so that's the one you're going to want to use.
3.
3, so
So
it's a 5
5.
total.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. I'm clumsy. I'm so big.
You're a big dragon
Yeah.
guy.
I'm a
Make
big
2
dragon.
points of damage as you jump, but you just kind of land on your knees and sort of tumble. And I think you're going to
Oh,
be
it hurts
considered
so bad to land on your knees.
on stone. Yeah,
Shit.
100%.
Yeah,
Thus the 2 points of damage.
that's 2 damage. It's 2 damage, all right. 1 for each knee.
Yeah. So I'm down to 3.
And I feel like Attilius already has bad knees. Do you know what I mean?
I did have surgery on the left knee.
And you're going to be considered prone for the start of your next turn. So you're on the ground,
Okay.
essentially. I think sort of hands and knees sort of situation. Okay. Remind me to handle Davoc falling on his turn. Castrol.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Tom Bomba.
All right. So I want to. Okay, I want to. So I got to be within 10 feet to do this. So I'm going to leap over the table, and Davoc is in the midst of falling right now.
Sort of stumbling his way towards the edge. He's already kind of hanging over the edge of it. So I think he's sort of grasping the rail, trying to figure out what his next move is as this staircase detaches from the wall.
So I guess I kind of want to run up to him, kind of close to him, I guess. And I want to cast Prestidigitation, but because I can light campfires with it, right? But I'm going to light his bag on fire, that bag that he keeps adjusting on fire.
Okay.
I like it.
like it. Like the creativity. Okay. Let's do...
Can I do that? I don't know if I mean.
No, yeah, you totally can do that. It just was a wrinkle I wasn't expecting.
Nice. Yeah, man.
Throw off the DM.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation. Is that one of your cantrips?
Yes.
Instead of which one?
I
Mage
vicious
hand?
mockery. And I don't have mage hand. That
Okay.
was
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
No worries. Prestidigitation. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna roll a die 20 plus spell attack just to determine that you get the right area because you're very specifically going for the bag.
3. That's 9.
9. I think with a 9, you still get the general area. Maybe you don't hit the bag exactly, but I think Timbo sort of suddenly leaps from behind this table, sprints up towards a falling staircase, by the way, and then just sort of like opens his hand and a campfire.
Well,
just
no,
sort of-
obviously I'm gonna like, ding, and then like it's gonna come out the end of the guitar.
Yeah.
Come out
In
sliding
the-
like Pete
Damn
Townsend on that
bards.
one video.
Yeah, actually, I want to hit like a knee power slide as
Yeah.
I'm going by it.
Yeah.
He's calling all the shots.
That's
now.
it.
Okay, all right.
If you're going to do it, I mean, do it.
Yeah, well, maybe do it when you roll a 20, not a 9. You know what I mean?
You're right. My bad.
I think this is
No
the sort of
power
situation
slide.
where you
Good
hit
point,
the power
good
slide,
point.
but
Yeah,
like one of those stones is
no
uneven, and
power
so you
slide,
end up
no
on your
power slide.
face.
My bad,
You
you're
also
right.
hit your knee.
Got a little too
Yeah.
cocky.
I think you jump the table, you run up. I think you maybe think about a power slide, and you're like, I don't feel like I have this completely, and the staircase.
You
is
realize
falling.
the staircase is falling down, so you
Yeah.
don't
But
want
you hit a note,
Power
and,
slide
and fire
underneath
just
it.
kind of erupts in sort of his midsection, and it does sort of include the bag.
Yeah. And with any movement that I have remaining, I'm trying to get a lay of the land.
Why don't you roll a die 4 for that campfire? 3. Good.
Is that damage?
I'm going to ask a question as I'm running like, should we run? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to run,
Maybe.
cast a spell, and then in my immediate surroundings, I'm kind of within 10 feet of you, falling stairs. Timbo's over here. Where are Kestrel and the Centaur?
Kestrel and the Centaur
Are they within
kind
reach of me?
Kind of underneath the stairs, actually. Remember, the Centaur was underneath the stairs.
Oh, I didn't know this.
On
the
the
side of the
To
stairs.
the
I
side
mean,
of the
she
stairs a
falls
little bit.
off, and then I
If
stand
it falls
in
off,
front
I
of
think
her.
you're okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
where Kestrel and the Centaur are, they're kind of beneath where the stairs are now. So once it peels away from the wall, they're actually okay. Now they'll be on the other side of the stairs, which
Okay, like the
great.
stairs are falling out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
not straight down, out.
yes, I don't. I mean, I have nowhere to really go. I'll just try to put some distance between,
You and the stairs.
yeah, me and the stairs and me and Davoc.
All right, Kestrel.
I think I want to throw my javelin at Davoc. Okay, so that's a
D20.
D20.
Yeah, so you're gonna roll d20, and it's gonna be +2 to hit. So whatever you roll, add 2 to it.
8 plus 2, 10.
10 is not gonna hit. So I think you fling that javelin, and it's just as he's starting to make his move on the staircase, and so it kind of pings into the wall behind where he just was, but he leaps over the railing.
Okay.
What else?
Bonus action, I want to do the magic stone.
Oh, fantastic.
So how does that work?
So all you do is, and we're in a basement, so I think it's amenable to that. You
Yeah.
sort of reach around and grab 3 little pebbles. In this case, they're probably like chips off of the actual stone flooring. And as soon as you grab them, light sort of shines out of each one. And just for your knowledge, because you haven't actually cast a spell before, either you can use them, you can hand them off to someone else, and all that has to be done is they have to be thrown at the target.
They have to be thrown like right now.
No, they're
Okay.
they're good for.
Okay.
They can be thrown 60 feet, and I think they last. A
What do
minute.
they do when you
I'm
throw
going to
them?
throw one at Davoc, and then I'm going to toss the other 2 to Attilius and Tom.
'Kay. 'Kay.
Hey, guys. I got some for you.
Incredibly accurate throws.
Awesome.
All 3 of them. Nice job.
Thank you.
Roll die 20. Let's find out.
Oh,
Do you-
die 20 for them to be able to catch it? Or-
No, die 20 for you attacking the.
Okay.
I think we'll do a separate check with advantage. You're just tossing the stone to them too.
Okay.
I don't think that's a big deal.
There you go.
Yeah. It's Kestrel.
Nice.
17 will hit. Let's go
17
ahead.
plus 2, which is 19.
Yeah.
Let me just carry the 1. Yep, that's correct. That joke never
Is there
gets
one to carry?
That joke never gets old to me, and the thing is, it stopped being funny a long time ago.
Sure did.
I laugh.
So, well, you won't
Got a
like
pity
it.
laugh.
You won't like it the 25th time you hear it, though. All right, so yeah, I think Kestrel sort of, with a 19, I think you swipe up these stones, pick 2 of them out with one hand, and sort of throw them blindly towards your friends, and then whip this other stone at him.
Okay.
And remember, he's like on the outside of the rail of this staircase now, sort of getting ready to make whatever his move is when this when this pebble makes contact with him. So you're gonna roll 1d6 plus your spellcasting modifier,
Which is 2.
which is
Right.
0. Spell attack is 2. Your
Oh.
modifier is 0.
Okay.
I know.
So many rolls.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Yes.
5.
That is very good.
Nice.
I think the stone hits him. Oh, right in the head, you think? Okay, all right, I like it. What happens? You tell me. What is the magical effect of these pebbles when they strike someone?
They strike and it pings off, but then there's sort of like an explosion right on his forehead.
Love
Like
it.
a flashbang?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's sort of trying to figure out how to escape this staircase kerfluffle without experiencing too much damage. And as he's looking down, this rock just strikes him sort of right above his right eye, and his head snaps back, and you guys see almost like a firework, like an M80 just sort of pop off his head.
That's awesome.
Nice
Got
shot.
it.
So he's jumping off the falling stairs, his chest is on fire, and he just caught a flashbang to the face.
That is correct.
Nice.
We're doing great, guys.
Nice.
Correct. Okay, and now it's, unless Kestrel, you're doing anything else? You do have movement or any sort of free action.
Any sort of what? I'm sorry.
Free action, like communicating or pulling something out of your bag or whatever.
What's the centaur still doing? Is she out, or is she just like so wounded she can't?
I think the centaur's so wounded, she's, just kind of laying down.
I healed her pretty good.
You
Okay.
definitely did.
Okay.
I think this is
That's
to
fair.
like the point of exhaustion. Yeah, not physically in danger
I
of
see what you're
dying,
Okay,
but just
I'm-
absolutely exhausted.
I put my hand on her shoulder and I say, "Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here."
And now a word from our sponsors.
You find yourself sitting amongst the heaped bodies of the prisoners you've taken. Prisoners is a glorified word. Couple teenagers, really. And the spoils of war are the cans you have in front of you.
Yeah. These underage drinkers will take their booze.
At least they have good taste in beers.
This is
Give them
definitely
that.
one of my favorite missions.
I'll
Yeah.
be the judge of that, Attilius.
Yes.
Bienvenidos a Miami, they say. This is Sun
wow.
Lab
Well,
Brewing
alright.
out of Miami, Florida.
Low rider.
Like the rapper, Florida.
Precisely,
Yeah.
mate.
I'm gonna try this.
Hey, give it a go.
Ooh, it smells very citrusy and pine and
What
Tis
year-
a sour ale with pink guava, passion fruit, pineapple, and a bit of orange zest.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That is absolutely fantastic.
This is sunshine in a glass.
I love that passion fruit, the chinola, they call it.
Oh, where'd you learn that?
La República Dominicana.
Oh.
The Dominican Republic to the layperson. Much closer. Miami's pretty close to the Dominican
Miami-
Republic.
yeah, it
it
is
turns
close, it is
out
close. Yeah.
not too far away, and they take a lot of those tropical Caribbean flavors and brew it in this American sour ale, distributed here where we are in Louisiana by our friends at Pelican Craft Brand.
Yes.
Wow, well, I'm very thankful that these kids decided to steal this beer so that we could steal it and enjoy the delicious fruits of our labor. Another great work on the
Kestrel
night shift.
hits the teenager that she's sitting on, be like, "Don't drink.
Yeah.
Bad for you.
Until you're of age.
But more for us.
Yeah.
Wait until you're of age.
You guys are
Drink
dicks.
responsibly."
You guys suck.
Terry, shut up.
Back up, Terry.
And now for
I'm
us,
your cousin.
more Sun Lab Pure Sun American Sour Ale. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers. Huzzah.
That rash is literally just traveling up Kestrel's
The allergies.
Don't scratch your face.
Yeah, she actually kind of makes eye contact and for the first time looks a little less concerned. Still very concerned, to be clear, but less concerned. All right, Davic's the top of the order. Davoc is going to...
He's on a falling staircase.
He's on a falling staircase.
He's unbalanced.
And he's making his check at disadvantage.
Yes.
Great news for y'all.
Because he has fire and flashbangs going on.
Because he rolled 19 the first time and 2 the second time. So,
Oh.
so disadvantage really
Thank
came
you,
in clutch
disadvantage.
there. I think, to retcon it a little bit, I think he leaps off first, and then that rock strikes him in the head. Snaps his head back.
Okay.
And then basically he's falling horizontally. His feet are out in front of him. His head is snapped backwards, and he's falling kind of like a plank of wood straight down. And you can see his arms are kind of waving. He's trying to steady himself a little bit, and it's a big drop. I mean, it's probably a 20-foot drop.
Oh
from
shit!
where
Okay,
he's
I didn't
standing.
realize that.
Wow,
okay.
that's really
that
high
was way bigger than I
staircase.
thought.
It's going to be hurty when he lands.
Okay, this
for
room's
sure.
a little taller. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he hits the stone, and you can see it does not take a medical expert in this situation to know that he either cracked ribs, got the wind knocked out of him, or both.
Okay.
He hits, and you hear like a, and he just gasps and sort of sits up and curls a little bit, immediately kind of up on his elbows.
Bitch.
I think the only thing he does after that is he stands and sort of surveys the area. And it almost looks like he's just sort of accounting for where everyone is, just trying to get a feel for, okay, what am I facing here? You can see it sort of calculating. Ominously, he still doesn't look terribly worried. The fire is more or less out on his bag. He's sort of patted that out. He looks a little shocked. Maybe he didn't quite expect you guys to have this in your arsenal, but he looks around pretty self-assured, and he sort of stands up and dusts off his cloak.
Should we consider running it?
That's kind of what I was trying to put it out there.
Kind of broke the staircase,
But we
though,
broke the
guys.
staircase.
So where are we going to
Is that
run?
the only way out?
We get
Just
to the
one
other door.
staircase?
That was
The other door was
magically
cursed. Remember
sealed.
Oh yeah, that's how I got.
Remember you
That's
had
how I
a whole
died.
unconscious episode about that?
I died.
Yeah.
Or perhaps there actually is a secret passage out of that dungeon.
We just don't know where it is.
I think it's pretty clear that it doesn't exist.
Timbo. What are we doing?
What are you doing, man?
Still raging.
Still raging.
I am still raging.
Fucking smash
How close
this
am I
thing.
to him? I mean, I can run up to him and
Oh, yeah,
swing my hammer at his face.
100%.
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's just go for it then.
Smash him.
Yeah.
Attack.
Yes.
Rage.
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Smash him.
Clobbering
Warhammer
time.
double fisted.
Warhammer,
Just,
2 hands.
Just go after him.
All right, so 2 hands is going to be 1 die 10 plus 4. But first, roll that 1 die 20 for attack. And it's plus 6, which is pretty good.
I rolled a 12. I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration here as well, which is only a 1.
It's okay. It's exactly
19.
what you needed, actually.
Whoa, look at that.
Nice bardic inspiration.
We're done with that?
Yeah, it was exactly what you needed. So you run right up to him, and you see he kind of casually puts his hand up where he sees the Warhammer swinging. And you even see this, shimmering kind of light appear in front of his hand, very much like a shield. And then you hit that, and it sort of makes a concussive noise, like a zoom, and then you swing right through it. And his hand kind of crumples against his body. It maybe absorbs just a little bit
The
of
frozen
the blow.
hand?
Not frozen, but yeah, the less
Frosty.
ambulatory hand,
The frosty.
the one that's kind of
The
frosty.
chili hand.
The less ambulatory. Yes.
You're never gonna jerk off again.
No.
His hand is done. It's done for.
Ruined.
And that's honestly, that's the true damage that you did.
At the end of the day, that is the true damage.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to your girlfriend. I mean your hand.
I'm assuming that's a vicious mockery that's upcoming. All right. Yeah, you swing straight through. Roll 1 die 10 plus 6.
Yeah.
Let's go.
8.
Yeah.
Yes.
8 plus 6. Or
Now we
8
Correct.
trigger with
Yes.
guess.
8 plus 6, so
Yes.
14.
14 points of damage. Yeah, you hit him in the hand. His hand sort of pins against his body, and he flies a few feet, probably 5-6 feet, and again hits the ground, sort of on his elbows. He is considered prone currently. Attilius, who is himself prone on the ground, hands and knees.
Does it take movement to stand up?
It takes half your movement to rise. Yeah.
Okay.
And I can use like any of my actions that I have currently.
Yeah. So your options are obviously you threw one of your daggers, but you have a dagger, a mace, a quarterstaff. You can do the Eldritch Blast, or under spells, you could do True Strike, or you could use your packed slot to do Burning Hands or Hellish Rebuke.
Let's do True Strike.
True Strike. All right, so what True Strike does is you point a finger at a target within the range, which is, you're definitely within the range, 30 feet, and your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll. Sound good?
Yes.
All right.
Could be good.
Yeah.
So,
Could be advantage
You know how bloody he is.
there is no check even really needed here. You just do it.
So we can get. So yeah, maybe you can gain some insight into how powerful he is or is not.
Yeah. So you stare him down, and you kind of get tunnel vision. Like the rest of the room kind of just blurs out, and all you can really see right now is Davoc, kind of down on one elbow, rising again. You're certain of a few things. One, he's barely damaged right now. You have
I was afraid of that.
you
Yeah,
have
me too.
scraped him a bit. Two, he's holding back. This is not all he has. He's
Jeez.
We gotta run.
He's
Yeah.
playing a couple games here.
Where do we run?
And
Under the
three,
lavender.
his weakness in this moment, and I'm going to kind of play with the rule a little bit, is not a physical or a magical weakness, just because he's so much kind of out of your league at this moment. His weakness is that you have exposed him. His weakness is the knowledge that you have. Yeah. Is that satisfactory?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Any movement? You're prone, so at minimum, I would suggest you stand up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Prone does give a mechanical advantage to attackers, just FYI.
Yes. I stand,
All right.
rubbing my knees.
And whoever on my team is doing that prone thing, that's fantastic. Thank you. Keep doing that.
Curtis or Pin, Gareth. I can't remember who's
Pin.
who.
All right, Tom Bomba.
All right. I want to look and see if is there anything that I would know to be explosive in this lab, like potentially catastrophic.
I love that that's where your head went. Potentially explosive. I think there's probably incendiary, if not explosive.
Yeah.
So there's probably
Yeah.
some oils in here that could be lit on fire.
Yeah.
I do want to give you a gentle reminder that you're with Timbo.
What?
I want to get.
Yeah.
He said,
Wait,
the fuck out
what?
here.
Oh, yes.
scared
Oh,
of
yes.
fire.
I was like standing right next to him. Okay. Okay.
Gentle
yeah.
reminder that you're next to the guy who's terrified of fire. But do what you got to do.
Yeah.
He's just scared of it.
Yeah, no, I am.
Just give him a hug.
Which room looks like it has more important stuff in it? How long's that hallway? Can I get to the lavender? Or where are the incendiaries? The incendiaries are in this room.
In this room, in the workshop. For
They're
sure.
in the
lavender
workshop.
workshop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want to prestidigitation, just a little, like grab. Okay, so what am I grabbing? What's incendiary? Like a vial off the table or something?
No, I think there's like large canisters, like glass. I say canisters, glass. Think of it like a beaker almost, full of what looks like some sort of oil.
Okay, and
when
then
I say oil, I
then
mean like a clear oil.
are there
not
like
crude
supply
oil.
racks with other important looking, or with other like jars and things or ingredients, or
Yeah,
is
there's
that on a
jars,
table?
ingredients, books. This whole place is filled with stuff that looks relatively expensive from a commercial standpoint.
Okay, prestidigitation. Or no, first I'm going to take one of those incendiary glasses and I'm going to chuck it against the back wall where there are these supplies and books and other valuable looking things that he may be into. And then
That was just with your hands.
I'm grabbing this and throw it against the wall and then prestidigitation, like trying to just sparking it up.
Okay, so
Starting a fire.
I think either your action is the throwing, and then the prestidigitation is the bonus action, or vice versa. But I think that's your kind of full turn.
Yeah, is
Okay.
that now technically though prestidigitation is an action, so is that okay?
I think you can use prestidigitation as the action, the throwing as the bonus.
Okay,
action. Specifically because you're not aiming for a specific item, you're aiming for
A wall.
that wall. So it's like throw it as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I am gonna make you do an athletics check because I think this beaker is large enough and heavy enough that little Tom has some trouble hefting it across the room. The prestidigitation is no problem.
Ooh. Natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Natural that.
He has no trouble with this.
Nice.
I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down, Davoc!
Yeah. I think right as you scream that and you turn and just like hurl it, and instead of it like staying contained, it doesn't have a lid on it, which was not something maybe you realized right at the beginning. But you kind of like, I think you turn and like hammer throw it, like spin in a circle and heave it towards the wall. He sprints over there to try and get in the way and knock it away. He knows that these things are very important to him, very expensive. In the process, that beaker is spinning and just splashing oil all over him, and then you press the digitation.
At the end of the guitar. Power slide. After I chunk it, hammer throw into the power slide.
Should have dropped it to D and like got
sparks come out the front, light him up.
Hammer throw to power slide. It's a classic move. Yeah, this time I think you can power slide.
Yes.
Hit that chord and fire just erupts all over him. And this time it's not a campfire that he easily sort of douses out. He's engulfed. He has incendiary fluid all over him. He was not expecting it. He goes up in flame very suddenly. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Kestrel, bottom of the order.
So is he still...
He is very much still aflame.
Okay.
Is he trying to put out himself, or is he trying to put out like the stuff in the back room, or
I
is
think
that
right
too
now
early?
He's just
too
just
early.
on fire. Like just realizing
like
he's
what
on fire.
the
And actually, before I forget, Tom, let's roll. I think like 3d6.
Remember, you guys have still magic stones.
Oh yeah, I do have a stone. That's right.
Oh.
I used both my actions, but
forgot about that.
Oh.
That's 14.
Nice.
14. Yeah, that's the fire damage. You know, as that fire erupts around him, that's the fire damage he takes. And it, like I said, I think with a 14, it's like head to toe engulfed in it. All right, Kestrel, what are we doing?
For not having my spritzer.
I think I want to cast Entangle.
Yeah.
So, with Entangle, grasping weeds and vines brought from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into an area difficult to terrain. A creature in the area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell, save DC. On a success, it frees itself.
You went poison ivy on his ass.
I know, so I'm thinking like it's all the lavender maybe that I can use to create all the vines and stuff.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think he makes his check. He fails. So
Nice.
I think you sort of look over, see that he's sort of backed his way into a corner, and there's all these raw, quote unquote, lavender plants that have just been picked or what have you. They're still very much alive, and they just sort of start extending and wrapping themselves around his feet, even while he's on fire. And I think probably as they wrap his feet, his legs start to go out a little bit, but very much worth the effort. He is considered restrained now.
All right.
Is there any damage done to that? No.
There
have
is
to roll?
no damage to that. But I mean, just so you know, I think the general idea is like he's now stuck in the middle of what is a raging fire.
Yeah.
So he, where previously he could have fled, I think at this point he kind of has to weather the storm. And then restrained, the condition in D&D is it limits his movement to 0. And what else? Trying to find it real quick. Yeah, so he can't move at all as far as like movement. He can move his arms and stuff. Well, one of them. He can move his right arm. Can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. His attack rolls have disadvantage. Your attack rolls have advantage.
This restraint is awesome.
Yeah. He also has disadvantage on any dexterity saving throws.
Go,
So it's pretty impressive. And I think the longer he stays, the longer those roots, limbs kind of keep swirling around his legs and anchoring him down. Davoc. Okay, so Davoc is restrained, so he can't move. He is
on
Now,
fire.
you can make
On
a
fire.
strength
Yeah, on
test to
fire.
try to break out, right? But that would be an action.
Yeah, and it's done at the end of his turn.
Okay.
So and it requires his action. So if he wants
Okay.
to do that, that's all I can do.
Yeah.
He does still have a bonus action, but yeah, that's all I can do essentially. You see that he is fully on fire. Think Wicker Man, right? Like fully engulfed
Whoa.
in
Oh,
flame.
God.
He looks down. Those branches curl around his legs, and he sort of looks back up and makes eye contact. You see him kind of sigh, and then he sort of pulses his hand again. Timbo, those tendrils still around your arms. You feel them sear again and bite into your flesh. The rest of you can kind of see that there's power coursing through those dark tendrils that wrap around Timbo's arms, but you can't see actually what the effect is, other than Timbo certainly, I think, is not thrilled. Timbo, that's going to be 11 points of damage.
That will render me unconscious.
Render you unconscious. Okay. Timbo goes down.
Do I just
No,
go to
Timbo.
0 there? Like, I don't go
You go to
negative,
0.
correct?
And then on your turn, we're going to handle death saves.
Yep.
If someone attacks you while you're already unconscious, it's a critical hit, and therefore 2 automatic death saves. You don't have to worry about that because his turn is happening right now,
Right.
so I think you're okay. Okay, so he does that, and then you see the tendrils sort of unwrap and curl back towards his hand.
Okay.
They do not come all the way into his hand. They sort of linger out in the room. He then sort of grabs the amulet around his neck, and he says, I did warn you. And remember, he's still on fire. A lot of his clothes are starting to burn away. The satchel is starting to disintegrate pretty heavily. It was heavy leather, so it's one of the last things that's disintegrating. Timbo, you're unconscious, and you're next in the order.
Oh, perfect.
So you're going to make a death save right now. So you roll a die 20.
Okay.
If it's less than 10, then you have 1 death save out of 3. 3 death saves means permadead, rip up your sheet, go home, you don't get to play anymore.
Okay.
Whoa.
This is terrifying.
I think I follow that.
I don't like
If
any
it's-
part of this.
No.
Davoc, you're a dick.
Fuck you,
Does this have
Davoc.
anything to do with, like, my constitution score? Do I add that to my roll or anything like that?
You add nothing to the roll. It's a straight roll.
I don't
1
even
through
wanna
10
watch
is a
this.
fail.
I'm not even
11
looking.
through 20 is a success.
Praise our in Jesus.
15.
15 is a success. So what that means is you have 1 life save. If you get 3 of those, then you're stabilized, and you no longer have to make death saves. Does that make sense?
I think I follow.
So if you get 3 of those, then you stop making death saves. You're considered stabilized.
Okay.
You're not bleeding out anymore. Now, to be clear, Timbo just dropped to the ground in a heap with no visible wounds. He's not bleeding. He's not bruised. Just drops like a stone.
Hey, Tim, you okay over there, man?
I think he's passed out.
I think he's just out cold.
Attilius.
Shit.
How close am I to
I'm
death?
so sorry. He should have saved from the ongoing fire. Thank you very much, Curtis.
How close am I to Davoc?
1 second, Attilius.
Oops, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. He is going to save from the fire, which means I think he kind of holds his hands up near his head and then just sort of brings them down around his body. And as he does that, the fire sort of just gets put out around him.
Oh, crap.
With that said, it went through his entire turn. He is going to take the fire damage for that turn. So again, Timbo, this time 2 die 6.
Tom Bombo.
Instead of 3. Tom Bombo, I'm sorry.
11.
11 points of damage. Yeah, and you can see now he's losing his patience. I think it's more than a scratch now. You've gotten under his skin for sure. He is singed. His clothes are burned. He's got some wounds here and there, but he still looks unnervingly calm. Attilius, sorry. Go now.
So how close am I to him?
I think you're within 15
Wait, did you
feet.
roll an attack roll that round? Not that we would go back, but did you roll an attack roll that round when you attacked Timbo?
I didn't, and I didn't need to.
Okay,
because
that's
of
what
the
I
way the
was making
spell
sure. All right,
works
cool.
With basically the tendrils are already in place, and so no attack roll needed.
You said like 15 feet?
Yeah,
We
like
have
15.
stone.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
do have the stones. Remember, both of you have stones.
I want to take my stone and I want to throw it at the amulet.
Oh wow. Okay, so he does have his hand around it.
Okay.
Did I say that?
You
Previously?
did.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, you did. You
Okay,
did.
I think his hand's
forgot.
around it.
Okay.
So I think if you want to throw at the amulet, you're throwing at his hand.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, then I don't want to throw the stone. I want to throw a dagger
Ooh. Through
Okay.
his hand.
through his hand into the amulet.
All right, make it happen. Remember,
You better roll a 20.
Yeah.
Remember, instead of +4, it's -2 to
For
the
melee
actual attack
dagger.
roll.
6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it 9? Is it 9? No, it is 9. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, dex-based checks are tough for warlocks. Yeah, I think you throw it, and it sort of goes towards him, and he kind of
Yeah.
just leans one way. Maybe would have scraped him, but he just kind of leans one way. Very calm, very assured. That's your full action. What else you want to do?
Hey, bro.
Bonus action is stone.
Yeah. All right. Let me throw my stone.
A reminder,
At
you
his
have
he-
advantage from the last turn,
Okay.
thanks to True Strike.
Oh.
Thanks to True Strike. So you're gonna roll that die 20.
No better.
Let's just stick with
No
the
better.
first one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now the stone.
Stone at his head.
All right. So that's a bonus action. You whip that stone at his head. Go ahead.
That's
You roll
D20.
twice for that as well.
Yeah. Hold 1 second.
18. 14.
Yeah. So, wait. Did you roll 2 die 20 there?
Yeah.
He did.
It's only for your first attack.
Oh,
So-
the 18
Well,
was
the
the
18
first
was
one.
the first
18 was the first
Okay,
set. Yeah.
good. Yeah, that absolutely hits. And you're gonna roll 1 die 6, and then Kestrel's modifier, which is 0. Okay, so 1 die 6. 3. I think you don't hit the head. You hit probably on the shoulder or something. But surprisingly, the concussive force is still quite a bit. I mean, even though you didn't hit like an empty limb or something, you hit him on the shoulder. It still kind of snaps his shoulder back quite a bit.
Does his hand come off of his amulet?
Let's see. Let's make a little check here. I don't think so. No, I think his hand kind of wrenches back, and maybe it even like chokes him a little bit, but he keeps that hand pretty solidly on the amulet. Tom Bombo.
All right. I'm going to throw my moonstone at the hand clutching the amulet as well. I want to throw my. Okay. Do I have advantage because he's rooted?
Oh yes, actually. I'm sorry. And so the magic stone should have had advantage as well. Yeah. All
thank
attacks
God.
against him have advantage right now.
So that is now for that. What kind of bonus am I using? Am I using my dex bonus?
You're not. It's all attached to her spell casting modifiers, so it's just a 1 die 6. Oh, I'm sorry. To the actual attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dex.
Okay, so not my spell attack bonus, my dex bonus.
Correct.
All right, so it's a total of 20.
20 hits.
15 plus 5.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
So what does his hand release it?
I think you hit him on the hand, and I think it hits hard enough, and concussive force is enough, and he's already kind of yanked to the side. You hit him on the hand while he's sort of yanked to the side, almost sort of choking himself a little bit, and it finally kind of makes him, loosen his grasp, and you see him kind of try and shake his hand off a little bit from the pain. What else are you trying to do?
Roll
That
the
was a
6
bonus
for
action.
damage.
So now, do I roll a 6 for damage? Do we do
Yes,
damage to
yes.
that? All right, 3 damage.
Yep.
Now I want to throw my loot around my back, and in one fell swoop, pull up my, or I guess it's not a crossbow, it's a short bow.
Bro, I thought you were about to say gun.
Yeah. Pull out my
pull out
Glock.
the
and,
Shit,
Get
dude, you
the
have a
gag,
gat?
get the gag,
No,
get the
you said
gag.
I want to
earlier.
try to, even though is this too much, I want to try to shoot the amulet with my short bow.
No, yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you sling the loot over your shoulder. That's free action. Pull the bow out and shoot. That's going to
Like
be
Antonio Banderas and Desperado.
Advantage or no on this? Because he's rooted.
Great question. Advantage on all attack rolls. I thought it was just melee. Nope, all attack rolls.
So it's going to be a 13 plus 5, 18.
Nice.
An 18 will hit, just barely. I think you kind of catch him on the outside of his right arm.
Shit, I didn't hit the amulet.
I forgot you were aiming for the amulet. I think with a barely hit, probably not.
Yeah.
I think maybe you can hit him on the arm so that he can't maybe clutch it as quickly or something like that. Or if you'd rather just go for a body shot, then go for a body shot. But I think probably outside of the arm, outside of the shoulder.
Okay, yeah. Cool messing up his other arm.
All right.
All right, it's 1d6 plus 3 piercing, so
That's
8
correct.
piercing damage.
8 points of damage. Okay. Is that it? Any movement?
Yeah, no, I want to run over to Timbo and kind of cradle his head.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
I'm just worried about him.
What a nice moment for you two.
That's
Timbo.
good.
And there's no way nobody else has like an herbalism kit or like,
No,
nobody
I've
has
been looking.
healing.
I've definitely been looking. I wish I had some sort of healing kit.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Back to the top of the order, Davoc.
Wait.
Oh, Kestrel. I'm so sorry. Kestrel.
Yeah, not used to her going last.
I apologize.
Okay. So how's he looking? Still just irritated?
I think he's moved from. Actually, why don't you make an insight check? This will not be your action. No action required.
13 plus insight 0. Okay, 13.
13. Yeah, I think you can tell he's kind of moved beyond annoyed, like this is an annoyance, to okay, I need to kind of sort this out. This is becoming more of an, more than just an annoyance. It's become a real problem. He is bleeding from several different areas now.
That amulet still exposed because he got flashbang then shot in the arm.
That amulet is sort of hanging around his neck. Yeah, still exposed. And yeah, he's I think he's moved from annoyance at this point to some slight concern for sure.
And is he put himself out? Is the fire raging on all of his things behind him?
Yes, the fire is still raging behind him and around him. Basically, the only place the fire isn't raging is him, and then the sort of entangled lavender around him, which I just love the scene of, like lavender around his feet while fire rages behind him.
Okay, so I think I want to talk to him.
Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I think I want to talk to him, and I want to say,
Look here, Dick.
I'd be Davoc.
Davoc, what is the point of this fight? Even if you try and kill us, you're still going to be discovered. We're a part of a guild. What happens when their night shift doesn't show up?
Oh,
whoa.
Yeah.
You see that actually.
Good boy, Kestrel.
Good job, my lady.
Good boy, Kestrel. I think make a persuasion roll here.
Okay.
Nice.
15
plus 4.
Plus 4 is 19.
Oh,
nice.
You can see that when you say it, he's ready to just kind of like come back at you, and he kind of stops. And he sort of considers for a moment. And it's a bizarre scene, right? Because there's plants sort of traveling up now towards like his thighs, upper thighs even. The fire is raging behind him. He looks outwardly pretty messed up. And yet he's sort of sitting there thoughtfully considering what you've just said. And he's, I think you're right. Anything else?
Whoa.
Oh.
You didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah, so when you have 4 bodies to take care of, and the rest of the town or the rest of our guild comes looking, what's your plan then, Davoc? What are you going to do when you have the entire guild after you?
Anything else?
And I pick up 3 more stones behind my back, and I cast magic stone, but he doesn't realize that I've got
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
And your sleight of hand is plus 2.
11 to
13.
Carry the one.
Yeah.
Carry the one.
Yeah, you're getting it.
Not old yet.
I'm getting it.
Still
I'm
funny.
a writer, not a math.
Not a math person.
Classic excuse.
I think in that moment, you kind of expect him. You're trying to get away with it, but you almost expect that he's going to see it because you kind of have to, like, bend down a little bit. It's more obvious than you were hoping.
Can the centaur hand me stones?
That's a perfect way to blend it. I love it.
There you go.
I think you start to kind of blend down, and then you feel stones land in your hand. And you kind of look over your shoulder, and the centaur has mustered up some courage, which I think in this situation is pretty impressive. And then it kind of scrambles backwards again. He does not appear to have noticed. And again, I think in this moment, you kind of expected that you were trying to hide it, but you kind of expected him to see it, to be honest with you. He seems lost in thought still, considering what you've just said. It is now Davoc's turn. He is restrained.
Good.
He just said, what a great point you've made. He grabs that amulet. You see him close his eyes. And then his body seems to fold into itself. And the space where he was, you almost hear like a sucking noise. And he's gone.
Next time on the night shift.
I'm starting a 4-minute timer again. At which point the entire room will be engulfed in flames.
No, damn you, Jesus! What are we gonna do?
I can't scrape together gold. My soul's already sold. So if you're trapped under a spell, I wish you